What's this? This is episode 13?
Yeah.
Damn, the big 13.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It is Locked In to Win, episode 13, the big 13 with Big Elias.
What's up?
On the daily.
What's up?
Daily. Elias.
Yeah.
Elias is another coach. Okay, you guys. He's been we actually all came up together.
We all met in person together. Well, actually, I don't know about you guys, but I was there at the event, and that's when I met both of you guys for the first time in Santa Ana.
Oh, and
I really
the Lana event, huh?
The Lana
Yeah.
I only recognized you out of the group. I was like, I know some of these faces might look familiar, but you were the one like, I was, oh, okay, yeah, burpees, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I remember that. I was telling the other dudes, I was like, hey, that Hannah probably does more burpees than you do. And that's right. That was a while ago too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when we first met each other, right?
Yeah, all in person,
like,
I think.
All in person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys too?
Yeah.
Oh shit, right on.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Good times.
Time flies.
What's it like 3 years?
Yeah.
You were in the program, I want to say 2 or 3 years before me, right?
Maybe a little bit before you, yeah.
How long were you in it before?
I think
I got in January 2024.
I want to say I signed up little or towards the end of 2023, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe the beginning of 24 is when I really kind of dialed in and started running with it. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was that summer with 24, right? Was that event or whatever? Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that for some reason, to me that little error with the whole tagging everybody with the burpees, I feel like that's what like kicked it off for me.
That was
like
a big thing.
Everybody,
big way. 20 fucking tags on a post.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember being in the morning late for work, like fuck. Well, I'd have a list, like a paper list, because I didn't remember everybody, so I had a little paper list. I'll be like, at. And then make it small.
That was the morning routine.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Shit.
But that was cool. That was a good time.
That is what kicked it off for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
on Cinco de Mayo today too.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go get your tacos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tune in.
We waited what, an hour for tacos?
We waited over an hour for tacos, but we still made it, you know? This is us pivoting and adapting, and we just make it work regardless.
Big shout out to little Pinky J.
That's right. Yeah.
Sober Boys.
Yep.
Right here.
This is minus one LA. Yep.
Yep.
That's right. We got to rep the sober. So we're here because we invited you here because we want to hear about your sobriety journey, and that was a big thing. Just like seeing you and your little snippets of your story, I'm like, this dude has a good ass story. Like, and I know that we get it because I've been through addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see your posts about what you went through, although I wasn't really hooked on the same drugs as you, I know that you have dabbled into meth, or we'll get into that, but that's like a main thing that I wanted to like really dive deep into your whole journey of that. But where did it start though? Like in your childhood, like how were you raised, and how was home life for you then?
It's crazy, man, because I mean how things started and how they turned out was all kind of like a journey. But growing up, I grew up in a loving household, to be completely honest. I grew up with my mom and my grandparents, and it was nothing but love in the house, like I never went without like my grandparents. I come from like a Hispanic family where like I never went without, and I always had somebody there, that so I never really felt neglect in any kind of way. But when I think back on it now, like I'm super thankful for it, but I do understand that now that's kind of where early stages of the manipulation and certain character habits that I have in my addiction, you know what I'm saying, started back then, you know, like the lying, the manipulating, um the selfishness, you know, because it was just me. It was me, my mom.
You mean like entitled, kind of, in a
Uh,
sense,
I,
because you got so much love and attention?
in a little bit, yeah, you know, like I knew like I could, like, you know, if they, when my mom's told me no, my grandparents would tell me yeah, you know,
I
and I
see.
would just play that part, like, well, I'm gonna get my way either way, you know, like
Ah.
Yeah.
and that kind of progressed later on. It later on, like I recognized that, you know, and I would use that to my advantage sometimes.
I see.
But yeah,
Good
growing
point.
up, dude, like I had everything I wanted, you know. I didn't really go without. My mom was always at work, so my grandparents kind of raised us, and that was it was good, you know. And then the neighborhood we grew up in was super cool. Like it wasn't really like a rough area, you know.
Mhm.
I had a good childhood, and
You're always in California?
yeah, I grew up right here in Ontario, California, and yeah, man, I grew up just kind of in the, I guess like they would call it travieso, you know. I was like a really hyper aggressive kid, you know, and I just like to play and like break
was
shit,
me.
you know.
Everything
Little
you're just
Dennis the
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
you're describing.
Problem
is-
child, Dennis the
Yeah.
Menace,
Yeah.
all that shit, man. Like I was one of them kids where, like, yo, if you took me to a party, they would be like, yo, you got to watch this kid, you know.
Yeah.
Whoever brought him has to watch him, you know, because
Go tell him. Go tell him something. Yeah.
yeah,
What kid is that?
yeah. Don't give him
That
any
was
soda.
me. That was
Stop
me.
giving him fucking soda, you know, like off the walls. And but yeah, growing up like that, I had a lot of cousins, but it was just me and my older sister. So it was growing up. It was us in the house. I just like to. I had skateboards, cars, bikes, and I really got into bike riding, you know, as a kid, and that's kind of what kept me busy, you know, throughout my early teens, you know. Got into BMX riding with a couple friends in the neighborhood, and that's all I really wanted to do was just be outside and come home. My grandparents were always there to like give my friends the same kind of love too. My house was like the house where you would my friends would come over, and like I said, we never went without. We always had sweets,
Mhm.
snacks, juice,
Oh, gosh.
punch, everything,
Like
you know.
that
So
in my
my friends
house,
were
yeah.
like, "Oh, let's go to your pad and get some juice." My grandpa
Yeah.
would set it up for us like that too,
Aw.
like water bottles. He would do this thing where he would fill them up halfway with water and then half punch, and then he would have multiple ones on deck for us, you know. So my friends already knew, like, let's just go to your house, and
Yeah.
it was dope, you know. And we take our bikes apart right there, take them to paint them or fix them and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and then roll around and then come back and meet up at my
Your
house.
pad
You
was
know?
a pit stop.
Yeah, pretty much, kind of, you know. Yeah, exactly.
So-
All my buddies lived like down the street or like on the other side of the park, so it was cool, man. And yeah, when I think back on it now, like those were some super good times, you know.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Well, then what led you into like this dark path?
That
Like, was it something like traumatic that had happened that was like, or was it just something casual where like a friend kind of just offered you like a joint or whatever, you know what I mean? Because it's different for everyone,
mhm.
where it's like they actually seek it or somebody offers it, and you know, it just, I don't know, random, maybe somebody that's older than you kind of like try to get you into.
I think I think what it was for me was it was searching for some sort of excitement, right? And so being out there on the streets, like this was before we even had cell phones, or you know, we were just
Yeah.
we would make it home when the lights came on or whenever we came home, right? But my mom's never really tripped because she knew me and my friends, like we were good kids, you know. We were just out riding bikes, doing our thing, getting into trouble like normal kids do. But I didn't really start smoking weed until maybe I was like 17, 18.
Oh yeah, I
And,
was like
Oh.
15 when
Yeah.
I started
Okay.
smoking.
Yeah,
weed.
I was like, I guess kind of like a late bloomer. You know, I didn't really start really. It wasn't until after high school where I really got into it. I tried it at 17, I think, and yeah, I remember like I didn't like it at all. like
Same.
at all. You know, I was this is too much. And so I didn't do it for a while, and then until after high school, we started. I got a little more into it, you know, and it was just to kind of relax, chill, kind of we just like we're all a bunch of friends just hanging out, smoking, laughing, having the munchies, talking shit, you know, and then that carried on for a little bit, for a few years, and then it progressed kind of quickly. Like I think so throughout the biking phase, we would ride BMX bikes, and then we would go to shows, right? Like these hardcore shows and see different bands. And it was right there too where we would go drink. And then it kind of, we just kind of fell into other things, you know. A couple of buddies would come around, hey, I got this, you want to try this? And like, you know what, like I'll try that. You know, it's let's see what that's about. What do you got? Anything to party and have a good time. We were young, like 20s, in our 20s. And I remember when I took some pills, some painkillers, it was like the feeling that I got from that was kind of like the excitement that I was looking for, but at the same time, like it was weird, man. It was like a comforting hug, the warmth that came from it that I felt.
What pill is it?
Vicodins.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
See, Vicodins, I never really got into pills, so it's like really interesting for me to hear somebody's story that like liked that kind of high. And Vicodins, I remember taking it. I don't remember why, but it made me nauseous.
After I would take.
I'm like, oh no, this made me sick. I didn't like it.
I remember I was on those for a little bit.
Really?
Like maybe like not even like 6 months. I got turned on to them by a girl, but she would get them, and she would pay for them through somebody.
Yeah.
Like not she wouldn't get them through the pharmacy. She would get them through the dealer, but fucking she would tell me to take them with the beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
She would start me off with one, and then my fucking, my rowdy ass, let me try with 3.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, that's when I start getting nauseous with 3 in a tall can.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Fun. Okay, but yeah, let's hear your fun.
And it's that's usually how it starts, right? Like we're drinking beer. Hey, take this with that. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Yeah, you're gonna be chilling, man. And yeah, they weren't playing. We were. It was. Yeah, we were chilling. You know, it was something that
felt like you could do anything.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really like for that time, right? I remember thinking when I had first taken them, like, yo, this is cool for right now, but I can't do this every day, you know. Because even when I was growing right out of high school, I was working, right? So I was like, I can't do this at work. When I was in high school, I worked at a bike shop, a little neighborhood bike shop that we have, and that was cool. That kind of kept me out of trouble too, and focused on building my bike. Like that was our hobby, and so that was cool. After the bike shop, after I graduated high school, or even in my senior year, I think I worked at Boomers in Upland. Yeah, for a little bit, and then right after high school, I was working, right? So I was always kind of like, this is cool on the weekends, but I can't do this during the week.
It's heavy.
Yeah, you know. And I was thinking that, like, I would see my other buddies doing this on the weekdays, and I was like, how are they doing that? You know, like I got shit to do, and then it progressed one day. Just like I didn't really take the pills for a while. I was just smoking, and something had happened. I had ended up catching a case, right? I got arrested on the freeway for vandalism. I got caught spray painting on the freeway, and when I caught that case, I went to jail, and they let me out right away because it was like my first time.
On OR, yeah.
Yeah, right here in what is this? I got caught in Pomona, so they took me to the city of Walnut, the sheriff's station, and when my mom came to pick me up. But I remember after that, when I went back home and smoked a bowl of some weed. The way that I felt, it was like this super heavy anxiety that came over me where I was like, bro, you have a court case now. Like you're gonna go to jail. I'd never been in trouble in my life, you know? And I was, that's what I was thinking. It was playing on my mind so much that I was like stressing about it. I was paranoid about it. And I was like, I was,
While you were high, or
yeah, while I was high, I was tripping, you know. And when I wasn't high, I was like, oh, like you'll deal with it when you deal with it, you know. But when I would smoke, I would overthink it, and it would kind of kill my high. And I was like, oh, I don't like this, dude. so I stopped the weed, and I avoided that whole thing, right? Like what they had me do, like they put me on probation. I was supposed to go check in, and then I never did that, you know, because I wasn't taking it seriously. You know, I was still like out doing my thing. I would go to work, and then I would kind of party, and I was never really on probation or had gotten in trouble. So I was like, well, like, what's the worst that could happen? You know, like I didn't know. I was not oblivious to it, but
naive.
yeah, you know, like I wasn't really understanding the severity of those consequences yet. And so a couple months or like a year goes by, and I get a letter saying that like that I need to check in, I need to report, you know. So I'm like, fuck, sooner or later I'm gonna have to deal with this, man. So I went and I checked in, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to like pretty much turn yourself in for a little bit. And I was like, all right. And so I turned myself in to kind of to deal with it, to handle it. They took me in. They gave me like, I did like a week and a half, maybe a week at the most. They gave me work release.
I was gonna say they didn't give you just like
Yeah,
community service.
Yeah, they gave me work release, and I was like, cool, bro, I'll take this. Let's go, you know. And I bailed on that too. I didn't do that at all. I remember when I got out of that, I went straight to just like at that point I was already kind of somewhat heavy into the pills, you know. It had already kind of progressed, and I was already thinking like, yo, like we're not gonna do our work release, you know, so they're gonna have to come get me. And then even with that, like I put it off for so long, and I was like, well, as long as you don't get caught in LA County, you'll be good, dude. Like I live in San Bernardino County, so I just won't go over there for a while. And I did that for a while. It worked, you know, like I just didn't go over there, and I was over on my side of town. And things just progress, man. It progresses pretty quickly. Like the pills, as things I'd get them from a friend, or then something would happen, or I'd get hurt. I'd get a doctor's prescription, boom, and that would kind of then I'm getting them for free, you know. Yeah. So then I'm just taking more over prescribed, like double the dose, and yeah, things just progress pretty fucking quick. And yeah, man, I remember like a couple of years of that, 2 years of that, and like I said, I was always working, so I always had money for it, you know. And I remember one time I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling her like, hey, like I've been taking these the past couple of years, and like I don't really know how to stop. I don't know what it feels like to be
off of
them, you know. Like I would wake up, and before my feet would hit the floor, I'm popping 2 or 3 pills. And she was like, well, fuck, if you need to stop, like you can just like I'll help you out, you know. And so she would kind of hang out with me, and we would drink, right? It was replacing one thing with another. That's how it was with me. It was always, if I was trying to get off the weed, well, then I'd take these pills. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm trying to get off the pills, and I'll drink some alcohol. And I didn't even like beer, to be honest. I fucking hate the way it tastes. But it would work for a couple of days, and then I remember like I had no pills. I didn't want to drink any kind of beer. And I ran into a buddy of mine who I would normally get some pills from. And he was like, I don't have any pills, but I got some of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it was black, it was some heroin. And I was like, fuck, you know? And
game over.
And I remember that, and I remember thinking from hearing about it, right, growing up, and I'm like, yo, like that's probably not the move you want to make, bro, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm already experiencing these fucking withdrawals, you
You're
know,
right. You're
and not
probably
even
getting all
knowing,
clammy and
what the withdrawals were. I just knew, like, yo, why do I feel like shit? You know?
Yeah.
What is it,
Yeah.
the Vicodin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
It's
withdrawals
that's
from that.
same shit,
Vicodin
makes
is the
you
same shit,
sick.
right?
Yeah, Vicodins, Norcos, Oxycontins,
Yeah.
Dilaudins, all that shit, you know? And I remember that, thinking that, like, yo, like, why do I feel like this when I didn't have them? Not even, like I said, not even knowing that you're withdrawing, dude. You've been on them for so long now that you're going through it. And so I remember when he offered that, I was like, you know what? Nah, bro, I'm good, man. I'm good. I passed on it. And I went back home. I took like a couple shots of some tequila. My grandparents, they had that, you know. And at that time too, my grandpa had got really sick. He had a couple knee surgeries, and so he had a bunch of pills, you know, and he had a lot of medication, and but I never went into it, you know, because it was his, and I didn't even think about it because I was always buying my own stuff. But
you needed it.
and I remember that one time, like I think at that time I was like 20, like 21, 22, and I had got injured or something like that, and he gave me a Tylenol 3. So I knew when he gave that to me, I was like, okay, like boom. It kind of held me over, and so I kind of felt like I dodged a bullet right there, you know, like cool, like I can get. It bought me some time to where I can get more pills. I didn't do the heroin, and I was still good. A couple months go by or years, and my grandpa ends up passing, right, from cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
And I'm really trying not to be all over the fucking place with this, you know. But and as I'm trying to remember like how this all plays out, because there was just something, like I said, it started slow and then it just takes off fucking quick. You know? But my grandpa passed. I remember he was on hospice, so we had him at the house, and I knew that he had all this medication there, like pills, morphine patches, lollipops, all kinds of stuff, you know, because he was going through it. And I knew that I heard my mom on the phone that the nurse, they were going to come check him up, pick him up, you know, because he had already passed at the house, and then they were going to pick up his medication too. And I remember, like, when I heard that, I was like, well, you need to go get that medication, bro. You know, like, this is me telling myself this. Because so I went and I grabbed this medication. Boom, I came up, put all the pills in a bag, took the morphine patches. I replaced the bottle of pills with like B12 pills or like whatever other pills I had. And so that when the hospice ladies got there, they took his pill bottles, they poured them in a 2 liter of Sprite so they can dissolve it, and then they pour it out in the grass. And I remember watching them do that, you know, and I at that time, when I think about it, like I wasn't even thinking about like how bad. There was no really wasn't really sure how I felt about it, and I just knew that I came up, that I wasn't going to be sick, you know. So I was sad, yes, that my grandpa had passed, saved. But at this, exactly, you know, and it was at that moment, like when my grandpa passed, where it turned from like seeking excitement and adventure and having fun with it to where it was like, yo, this is no, like, to how I dealt with that grief, you know. And
now it's just a dependency,
and then that hit me hard, you know, because I was taking so many pills, and the patches, and I was like that for a few months, just super. I was on it all the time, to where I ended up not having this. When those ran out, I was like, shit, like, what are you gonna do, dude? You know, and I knew that if I went to my buddy, that's
that backup's always
there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're,
sure it was in the back of your mind, like, well,
if you're an addict,
you're
gonna have to have one. You know, you have to have a backup plan. You know? Multiple. Like, there's no way I'm gonna go without this.
Right.
You know? And I remember that, like, I couldn't get any pills anywhere else. So I went over there. He lived a couple streets up, So he had it. I tried it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous about it, because I mean, you're fucking jumping into like new territory. This is like everything you hear about. Like, do not do this.
Yeah.
Did you smoke it or did you shoot up?
That's how I felt the same way.
Yeah, I snorted it the first time.
We're talking about black, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're
okay.
talking about black. Right?
The first time I snorted it, I took a chunk and I put it in my nose, and it burned so crazy, like, I didn't really like it, the way it hit me, right? But then after the effect kicked in, I was like, yo, this is okay. Like, this is where it's at, this is so much quicker than pills. And I was like, and it's way cheaper.
I was gonna say, how do you guys do that? Waking up in the morning, you're like, then you gotta wait half an hour for that shit to kick in. Oh hell no!
Yeah.
What? I don't even know, like how like that can,
Let me ask you this: when you did it, you did it like it was still wet, like
it was black tar,
Yeah,
so
like
it's
sticky, right?
Yeah.
You did it like that, snorted like that.
I just put a chunk in my nose.
No shit.
Kind of tilt back and just let it burn.
I did it. How they call it, the calditos.
Yeah.
They get a chapstick cap, put a little bit in there, put like a drop or two of water in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stir it up,
Stir it up, and then you lean back on the bunk, put your head back, and then they just drop it in.
Yeah, so it just slides right
that
in there.
shit.
Yeah, you let it burn. Yeah, So I'm just sitting there with a fucking chunk in my nose, letting it burn, and I'm like, I'm feeling it kick in, and I'm like, oh damn, like this is it, like this is cool, and so after that, I got a little bit. I went back to my house. And that progressed, I ended up doing that for a while, but I couldn't really get it anywhere else because I didn't know where he got it from. I had to go through him. So I was kind of in a predicament, like when this dude wasn't around and I didn't have anything, I'm fucked, And if you have anybody with like any kind of addiction, like it's the last place you want to be is without, and fucked because
especially with that.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't experience it like that. I tried it for like maybe like not even 6 months here and there, and it wasn't nothing where like it affected me like that.
But then I remember okay, he couldn't this went on for like a couple weeks. I'm just snorting it, and then
every day kind of a deal, or like how bad, like, or is it?
Yeah, it started like every other day, and then it was kind of like once a day, and then I ended up coming up on some pills, so I was like, cool, I wasn't doing the heroin no more, I was doing the pills, and I kind of balanced it out like that, like, well, at least I'm not doing the heroin, bro, like, I'll just take the pills.
Yeah
It's cleaner, it's better.
Totally
and
justifying.
And it's crazy how that type of shit works out too, dude. There's fucking people that I ended up smoking dope with that are like, oh, you're a fucking heroin addict, like, you're smoked out, we can smoke dope together, but like the minute I do my thing, like now I'm in the wrong,
no, for sure. That was like the cokeheads and the tweakers.
Yeah,
it's just like
it kind of makes no sense, It's like, bro, we're all doing drugs, bro.
Right.
Like, like none of us are doing anything good with our lives.
Any better than anybody.
Yeah, well, I'm better than you.
Yeah,
I do meth.
Crazy as fuck, Right. Before you found out that I told you that I do this, that I'm down with this, everything was cool. But now that like, oh, it's fuck me, like,
you're
fuck you. Fuck you.
With their 5 off.
Yeah.
I'm better than you.
I couldn't stand that shit,
you know what though? It's true though, because I have been like in the momos and just getting high, and then I remember my friends, like her uncles were in there, like in the bathroom, like doing their thing with that, and I'm just like, oh, actually, it scared me more than anything though. If I was around that stuff, it just made me nervous, like to be around anybody that was like, oh,
I mean, like with needles and all that.
Yeah, and just because that was my first like experience of it. And I was so young. Then I was like, 19, and like these uncles or whoever, like they're slamming in their neck, but they would stay in the bathroom, but they're passed out or whatever. However it makes them feel.
Because you never know, like what the outcome of it. Like people go out, people overdose.
Just the sound of hearing that something that has to do with needles.
Yeah.
That's why I stayed away from that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I never
too.
shot that shit up. I never shot anything up like
It was
that. You know,
because of the
peptides,
needles.
but-
Yeah. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, but
No,
I
but
get it.
and believe me, bro, like I was like, yo, I'll never do that either. You know, I'll
Mhm.
never go down that route until I did. You know,
Yeah.
that same buddy over a period of time, I like I said, I'd kind of stopped, relaxed with it for a little bit, and one day he was like, no, bro, you got to do it this way. You know, try it this way. This is better. And I was like,
That's
I
the
don't
way that
know,
would
bro,
scare the
you
shit
know?
out of me. Yeah.
And I remember, and I trip out, right? Because this dude, we all went to school together. His parents were, his dad was a pastor at a church, you know, and in our neighborhood. So we're doing all this partying at the pastor's house late, you know what I'm saying? And they probably they have no clue, you know, we're getting like, we're just getting loaded
We're getting
partying, you know?
blessed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a long time, and they're just thinking, oh, they're good kids. They go to shows. They all grew up together, and they're just having a good time. No, we were fucking partying, and I remember that I did it. I tried it, and it scared me. You know what I'm saying? The way I felt, like so good, too fast, like
Mhm.
instantly. Like it, I'm
Mhm.
not even gonna lie. Like it scared me to where I was like, oh, like I don't really want to do. I don't want to do it like that. And I didn't for a while. I continued to like snort it. It was either between that, snort it, chunks of it, and take the pills, you know. And then it just progressed to one day I was like, you know, bro, like it's not hitting me anymore. So let me try this.
Step it up.
And at this point, we used to get it from some paisas that had they would sell these little balloons, right? So you're gonna get a little bit of black, a little bit of coke, and he would save up his cokes and then mix them. So it was like a speedball.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that right there, when I tried that, I was already kind of like a couple months had gone by and I'm already doing my thing like on the
Yeah.
regular, right?
Yeah.
And then when I tried that right there sent me into like a whole nother like
Oblivion.
mode. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I was like, yo, this
There you
is
go.
intense.
This is
like
different.
that was
Yeah.
the excitement that I was looking for, you know, like
Mhm.
and that had me feeling
That's what it
had me completely numb to where I was like, yes, I knew my grandpa had passed, but I wasn't even really thinking about it. I was really just like, I just want to feel numb all the time. And that right there was it. That was like the solution, the recipe to have me like feeling nothing and I could just live my life like this. Like,
Yeah.
um,
That was the escape.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I remember the first time that I did it, and I felt like it was so intense. Like I'm hearing a train in my head and my ears are ringing and I ran to the restroom because I couldn't move my throat went numb and I thought I was going to pass out. I was hyperventilating and it had gotten to a point where I had never felt that in like anything that intense in my life. So I thought I was going to pass out or die. And they say that like, yo, like
And that was shooting up speedball.
Yeah.
I heard about that. I never, yeah.
And I've heard that like, yo, like if like when you do die, you feel this euphoric feeling to where it's like you feel good before you die. And I'm thinking, so now
you think that's what's happening.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
fuck, I'm dying.
And I was like, that if that's what it feels like, bro, like that's intense.
Take
like,
me to heaven.
I'm chasing this, you know?
Yeah.
And I did that for a long time, dude. I ran through the money because like I said, I was working. So even when I wasn't working, I would get unemployment. And I'm just running through this money, bro. Like not spending it, and I'm just doing what I can to stay loaded, and
supporting the habits.
Yeah. It went on for 4 years, and
so let me ask you: when you do that, you know how like when you do coke and you know your mouth goes numb or you know your nose goes numb.
Mhm.
When you shoot that up, does your whole body go numb like how you're describing? Like
it was
like the same way that it does when you're snorting it or have it in your mouth.
I had felt it like that, bro. I felt it in my throat. I think because where I did it, you know, I
Like
did
it
it
just comes over you.
Yeah.
No shit.
It just came over me, and I remember that I was like, "Yo, this is intense," and So 4 years, like years go by, right? This is my daily routine. This is what I'm doing. Like I'm getting high, I'm slamming heroin and meth and or coke.
You found your rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and then that becomes too expensive because I can't get the coke no more, and or like I'm not running into these biceps anymore. He goes to get clean, or he has to go away. So I'm like, fuck,
It's
I have no
always-
connect.
Yeah.
So then I meet somebody else, and that whole little vicious cycle, right? It carried on for years. But I remember I woke up one morning in my room, and I was just sitting in this, I just like this disappointment, you know, was weighing heavy on me that I knew what I was doing wasn't right, and it wasn't what I wanted to do, and I knew that I needed to do something differently, but I didn't know what to do or how to get away from this, you know, like
Your parents, your grandma, nobody questioned,
fucking
like
questioned me,
didn't
dude.
think that, hey, you look kind of sick today,
And
or like, oh, I haven't seen you in a couple of days, like you know, or I don't know, like nothing
A lot of
at all.
times, sorry, a lot of times I feel like when they don't do that, it's because they think too, you know, like, oh no, not my mijo, he can never do wrong.
Yeah.
100%,
or they don't, you know, they don't want to believe it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And they'll know or feel something, but they won't want to believe that.
Yeah.
100%.
It's gonna break their heart.
Absolutely, because I remember at that time, those 4 years came, I was like, I need to do something differently. So I reached out to an uncle of mine, and my mom's brother, and I told them, hey man, like, look, these past 4 years I've been on nothing but pills and heroin, and I don't even know what it's like to feel sober, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of scared, you know, I need to do something. And they were in shock. They were like, are you serious? Like, you're living at grandma's house and you're doing this? And my grandma's house was like the hub for our family, right? Like, my cousins stayed there. She just had some little babies. So my little cousins are there now and they're babies, you know, and they're like, you're doing what
Yeah.
in this house, in your room? And on my mom's side of the family, like, nobody does this, you know, like, nobody's into any kind of drugs. They drink beer, they must celebrate whatever, but nothing to that extent.
Right.
And so they're fucking shocked too. I could only imagine how they feel. So they're like, yo, well, I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they do some research. They look into it. I went to a rehab in Pomona, and I went there. I went there for a day. I went, checked in the detox, and then I remember, like, I was so scared to go through the detox that and even knowing and asking for help, I was so scared to even take that leap of faith to even help myself, you know, because I went into that rehab with drugs, you know. So I was like, yo, just in case this doesn't work, I'm gonna have these drugs with me, you know. And it always,
yeah.
and
Okay, but you really wanted the help, or were you just like, I don't understand, like or was it just an intervention? They were like, nope, we're gonna take you in, we're gonna.
well,
like,
that's
force
the
your hand
crazy
into
part.
going.
Like, I wanted the help, but I was like, once
Scared of it.
yeah, like, to go
Okay.
through the detox and the
Okay.
withdrawals, I was like, bro, like, I can't, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to do it cold turkey, and I'm fucking tripping balls, and I'm like, yo, like, this is that right there, that fear of going through those motions, the
Mhm.
withdrawals, is kind of what kept me in that cycle for a long time, you know.
You knew,
That's
like,
not unheard of.
it
It's
just
common, right?
just like being like borderline withdrawal, like you can't even
Yeah.
imagine what it's gonna feel like, you know, in full withdrawal.
If
Right,
it feels like
cold
this now,
turkey.
imagine what it's like 2 or 3 days later. Like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be here. No, like,
Yeah.
fuck no. If I can go get it over here, like, just give me $10, just give me $20, you know, and we go feel better, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so I AWOL'd. I bounced, and I remember, like, my unemployment check was, yo, my check's gonna get to the house on this day. I'm gonna leave on this day. I'm gonna go get this check, and I'm gonna go get well, you know. And then that continued, you know. And that was kind of the turning point where it was like, I didn't grow up homeless or anything. Like I said, came from a loving family where I had everything, like my room, my setup, everything. I had a cool little setup, but because I wasn't willing to change my ways or stop my habit or even try to help myself, well, then they're like, well, like, look, you can't stay here like that, you know? There's no way you can stay. My uncles and my mom, they're like, you can't stay at grandma's house with the little kids here.
Mhm.
Like, no way, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta you have to go to a program and you have to do something and stay there. And I fought it. I fought it for years, you know, like I really didn't want to, like, or I would try to do it for them.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Show for the papers.
Wholeheartedly, I wasn't ready, you know. I was still scared of the withdrawals, and they tried to do like men's homes, victory outreach things, and I'd go for a day or two. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. I'm an AWOL, you know. I was always a runner, boom, and go. And yeah, and that carried on for a while until I think I'm not even sure how it happened after that.
Well, basically, what I'm understanding is they were like, no, you can't. You went from program to program to program to the point where you've ran out of programs because you've been through them all. And so now you're like, well, now I got no place to go. I got nowhere to rest my head. Is that like, did you stay out of your vehicle? Like,
well, so this is so this is where it comes into play. Like, since I'd caught that case in Pomona, that was still kind of hanging over my head, right? Like, what I was trying to avoid, and I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. Like, I was so far out of my mind. When I was going through this with my mom's side of the family, I moved in with some other family, right? Who kind of is familiar with, they have that type of lifestyle. They grew up from the streets. They're familiar with the drugs and stuff like that. And so my mom takes me there, and I move in with them, and I'm trying to be cool, but they're seeing me kind of like, hey man, like you're not doing too good, you know? And as time went on, they were pretty much kind of like, it ended up, they're like, try this, you know, try this. And then I get introduced to meth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, okay, like this is going to keep me cool for now, you know, but I still had that itch to
get the heroin.
Yeah. To go for the black, to what I'm used to, what I want. And so worked for a little bit. And I remember what had happened was we were riding around Ontario. It was in the middle of the summertime, and we're high out of our fucking minds. And I'm rolling down. I'm in the back seat of the car, and I have my head out the window because it was hot. And I see these cops, right? And with the car that we were in, they had no AC, so so that's why my head was out the fucking window. You know? Yeah,
boy,
it was hot, lit like a motherfucker, bro. Like if I would have seen me, I would have pulled my ass over too, straight up. And so when I see these cops, I'm like, why are the LAPD, like our LA County cops, you know, what are they doing over here? Like, this is fucking Ontario. And boom, we go, and I remember making eye contact with these cops, and it was like, as we crossed the street, they're just looking at me and like not breaking eye contact. And I'm not even thinking anything. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. We're going over here. We're going to keep partying and doing our thing. We get 2 streets down. We make a left onto the street that we're going to go back to their house. And boom, we get lit up. And then all of a sudden, there's like fucking 5 or 6 cop cars behind us, around us, right? All LA County. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm thinking, like, the people that I'm with, like, hey, what did you fools do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you guys fucking into? And since I'm running around, I have a backpack full of shit. Like, I got a bottle of fucking promethazine. I got markers, spray cans, like
all the essentials.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I was, yeah, exactly. And they get out the car, and they're like, hey, Elias, you know, put your hands out the window. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm thinking, like, the person that I'm with, his name's Elias too, you know? Oh. So I'm like, yo, like, I'm thinking, which one? Yeah, which one? And they walk up, and they have my face on this picture, right? Because I ducked and dodged the work release. Yeah. And I'm like, all this for work release?
They fucking went all the way over there on the hunt for you like that?
That's what I'm tripping out on. I was like, and I'm not even like for vandalism. Gosh. And I'm like, you fools ain't got nothing to do? Nothing else to do? Like, for me, I'm not even busted, right? But the person I was with, like, he's got a record. So I'm like, I can see like maybe something like that for him, but not my first time. So they pull me out the car. They're like, you guys got anything in the car? I'm like, bro, everything in that car is mine. You know,
Yeah.
like
Heck.
nothing is theirs, bro. Just like I'll take it, whatever. It's my first time. I'm not really tripping, you know.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was just drugs and paraphernalia. So they take me in, and that's what kind of pumped my brakes a little bit, you know. When I ended up going to LA County, and
You had to.
yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But even it's a trip because this entire time before that, I'm scared of these withdrawals. But when I go to LA County, my mind is so focused on the
case
what's
now.
going on in
The
there.
lifestyle. In
Oh.
there.
That I'm not even really worried about this withdrawal
Right.
shit. You know,
You're
like,
worried
bro,
about staying alive now.
you don't have any,
Yeah.
you don't have any
Yeah.
time to fucking withdraw right here, bro. Like fuck. And I remember that like when I went to Twin Towers, and then when I went to, I forget how I went to
The
CJ.
Men's Central Jail.
Yeah, I've been Central Jail.
The
I did a little
processing.
tour right there, and that processing right there, bro.
I
was
went
like
28 hours, dog, straight.
crazy, huh?
Yeah, no fucking
Yeah.
Nuts to butts, you're just
Yeah.
Right.
naked, bro, and for hours, dude. And I was like, yo, seeing all these dudes, like, and dudes from out there in LA, like, you got bums, you got all kinds of people. And I never really been in anything like that. So I'm like, yo, this is fucking wild, you know?
You
but I
see
remember
everything.
hearing my family talk about, like, yo, if you can do time there, you do time anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So as I'm hearing all this and I'm going through this and everything else that I'm going through in life, right? Like the passing of my grandpa, like me trying to get over dealing with my own emotions. Like now I'm dealing with the grief, searching for acceptance through this family. Wasn't really there for me in my entire life, but now I'm having an opportunity to, now we're spending time together, but not correctly, you know, like,
yeah.
And so I'm like, well, if they said that this is what they're saying about this place, you know, like maybe if I fucking make it through here, you know, I'll get some acceptance from them, you know. So let's just keep our shit together, bro. And that's what I'm telling myself. Like, yeah, like we're all you really got to do is make it back, you know, like just just do what you got to do. And that way, when I get out, I can tell them, oh, yeah, I went through there, you know, I've been there. And, but I'm not even going to fucking lie, dude. I was fucking scared, you know, I'm like 20 something years old, first time in LA County.
I was 18. Yeah.
That was not my life. I didn't grow up like in,
Sorry.
Like I didn't grow up as a gang member, like, you know, like these people at all, you know. I grew up in a loving household.
Did you get hit up in there though? Like,
well, I mean, they're just gonna ask you, like, yo, where are you from? They don't know, like, who you.
They ask
with,
you,
know?
But it's like
once you get in there. Once I got
once you get your bond
and processing, yeah, they're like, you're Mexican, you're going over here, bro.
Like,
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll have like a day room, and then because like I was in 3800, and they have the day room,
Mhm.
like right when you go into the area where they house you. Right when you go in there, there's a day room, and then there's just a long tier with a bunch of cells.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say if you go to the day room or you're walking down the tier, that's where they'll hit you up. Like, hey, you know me?
It was definitely something that I knew I didn't want to be, but I knew that, like, yo, if
this is where you're gonna get your stripes.
Since I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is where the people know, like, my family's gonna accept me, bro.
Right,
so
right,
let's just do what we can.
This is the test,
and
here.
Yeah, man, I went to court for the little case thing. They gave me a year in LA. It's like half time at that time, you know.
Every day is 2 days.
Yeah, nobody was really doing the full extent of their time. So I was like, well, fuck it, bro. Like, you're here, bro. You know, there's no leaving. So let's go. And they moved me around right there. They started in CJ. I'm like to the 9,000 floor, I think it was, and then like the 3,800, and then they shipped me to Wayside, where I'm in Supermax. And I remember that spot, bro. I was there, and I was like, yo, like, I don't fucking belong here. Like,
I didn't make it there. I made it to medium south, but I made it to max.
Yeah, you walk into Supermax, you can feel the tension in that place. You know, like I was like, yo, this is for fucking vandalism, bro. Like,
that's
the best of the best right there.
But I'm just trying to keep it together, right? And nobody's really fucking with me because I just look like some little fucking, like I'm like a youngster, you know what I'm saying? A little kid, a little BMX kid.
Yeah, it's a mistake. You're not. You don't really belong here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think I had any tattoos at all at that point. But and I'm just kind of being observant, right? Like watching things and kind of doing following suit. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. I spent like 2 nights there, and then they moved me to, was it north? It was, no, I think it's north. It's a workers' dorm.
Yeah.
And yellow's right there, and it's and that's where I did the rest of the time right there.
Oh, no shit.
And that right there was super relaxed. Like after a couple weeks right there, you meet some people, you start to fit in, and then it's just like fucking camp, you know?
Yeah.
That's the what you call it? It's the what do you call it? The barracks?
Yeah,
whatever?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like medium north or something like
Medium
that.
north. Yeah.
And
it's a long house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 100 fools in there.
Yeah, and they would have us go to work, and it was cool. I mean, it's not cool. I don't want to glorify any of this. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, compared to Matt,
in any kind of way, but yeah, exactly. But from where, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Central jail.
I would much rather be here than right there.
You get a little bit more
freedom. Yeah,
there,
and it's just not so like the tension. There's not so much tension. You know, everybody's chilling. So I do my little time there. I get out, and I'm trying to think. I think I got out, and I went to my mom's, and my mom's had a boyfriend at the time. But I remember when I got there, I just stayed there for a couple nights, and I went back. You know,
to jail?
No, I went back. I kind of went back. A couple. It took like maybe a week or two, like maybe a week. Within a week, I went back because I went back to hanging out with certain family. Where I was like, this is where I was at. This is what happened. Blah 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 blah. And picked up right where I fucking left off. You know?
Yeah, they give you a homecoming gift, huh?
Kind of, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, glad you made it out. Here's something to comment.
Yeah, a little bit, you know. And I'm like,
yeah.
And that's the beginning of that. That's that fucking cycle, dude. That I think some people, I catch myself getting caught up in, you know.
But it's that environment, and we talk about all the time. It's the environment that you're in that like keeps you stuck, and there's really no better way to get out of it than to just take yourself out of that environment and just block everybody else off.
That type of stuff right there, that cycle carried on for years, you know. So this was like maybe like 2009 when things got really heavy, and then 2000 until like 2012. Well, maybe for like graduated to 05, so like from 2007 to 2010 was a lot of that, and then I went to rehab. I went to another rehab where I did good in 2012.
You put yourself in there?
I had I was from the courts, you know, but I was living at home, so they're like, oh, you just have to check in here by this day, you know. So yeah, I admitted myself, I guess, with the court what is it called, the nudge from the judge, is what they call it, you know.
Yeah.
And that was another cycle, right, where I would do good for a little bit. I would go to rehab, do good, and I would figure out how to manipulate their program, right? I would be there, learn their program. Okay, I can manipulate it like this, and then I would start to do my thing, my little old childhood habits, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to manipulate this to make it work for me. When I'm breaking rules, you know, I'm doing things I'm not supposed to, and I'm not really working their program, right?
Right, you're working the workarounds.
Yeah. And that carried on for a long time too, man. That was a 6-month program. I did 5.5 months and then got kicked out. I got caught with a cell phone right there, so I'm breaking the fucking rules. I go back to the streets for a little bit. I get into another program, and then I do 3 months there, complete it. I want to celebrate, go smoke a bowl, you know. And it's a fucking cycle, dude. That carried on for a lot of years, you know. And the people that I drug with me through that, you know, the support system, my family and stuff like that. It's unfortunate, you know, but I feel like as addicts we do that, you know, like maybe there's people that
enable us,
or that are affected by our actions that we don't really mean to hurt.
The ripple effect.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And and then that's kind of like fuel to like fuck, like then I'm in this self-pity and I feel like shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
Let me
So
go
I'm
get some
like,
more.
let me go get some more, you know, and you
Yeah.
numb this, and it
Always.
fucking progresses, dude. It's never fucking.
That was me. I need a drink. You know.
Yeah.
I'm making. I made so and so feel this way, or I feel like so and so's energy is not cool with what I did. Let me go get another drink. That was
Yeah. Start feeling like a piece of shit. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and do piece of shit things.
Yeah, let me go do more of this to feel worse. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
nothing. Let me not try anything different. You know, let me go back to doing the same shit.
it feels good for a little bit.
It does.
You know,
It always does.
Then you feel 10 times as worse.
And then I kind of learned that system. Like, cool, man. I'll do this for a little bit. I'll get back to work, get a little money saved up, get a car, and then go back to the streets. You know, go back to the streets, run amok until I get my car taken away, and then I'm on the streets and it's just me and my little BMX bike. Then I'm like, all right, dude, like we're at a bottom. Let's go back to rehab, you know, and then fucking clean up for a little bit, get back on our feet, get some shit going again, and then have the bright
Isn't
idea.
That crazy?
Yeah.
Like you look back on it and like it's like that's all I knew.
Yeah,
that's what that was my lifestyle.
My fucking bright is I was like I had my bright idea is like, you know, like I could do this differently this time. I could do it. You know?
I could do it to where it works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it that way this time. You know, we're gonna work over here. We got this car now. We're just not gonna do this, that, and this, but we're gonna do. You know, fucking retarded, bro. Yeah,
we're gonna
fucking retarded. You know.
Oh no, I got this now. I figured out what I did wrong the last time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Better at this.
Not fucking anything figured out, dude. Like you're headed nowhere fast, bro. You know.
For sure.
And
For sure.
yeah, and it always fucking worked out like that, dude. Until that carried on from 2012 to about 2000. Well, yeah, man. Until the last time I got clean, 2/1/21 is my clean date. You know,
21 from 2012 to 2021.
Yeah,
you were finally clean in 2021.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I think about that, and just me in my mind, the last time that I had relapsed, it was only for 4 years. Okay, so 2011, more so like I spiraled at 2013, and then I got clean where I arrested at 2015, right? But like I'm telling you, the last 2 years that it felt like it was like 20 damn years.
Yeah.
Like it being in the midst of that fucking that madness, like every day was, I don't know, like it's crazy. So like to think 9 years of that fucking madness is a long time.
In total, it was about like 13 years, but and it does seem like it's fucking forever, but when I look back, it fucking flies, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like so much wasted fucking time, you know. And there's so much shit that happened throughout those years, you know.
Yeah.
That
imagine,
but like I was telling you guys, I don't know, like there's just a lot of fucking mess. I guess there's overdoses, you know, like there's a lot of lessons that I should have learned and like cracks that I slid through just by the grace of God.
Ain't that crazy?
Fuck yeah, bro. Like I'm and even then, like I continued to go back to that shit, you know, like
probably because he lucked out, because we were talking about earlier, you know, like those car crashes that you could have gotten into, or you know, almost getting pulled over for some crazy reckless driving with everything. You know, while you're holding type shit, and you know, because I think those little chances that we got made us feel so like confident in ourselves, but the false confidence of like I can get away with it, or then you start feeling invisible, right, or invincible. That
you'd be right there with your shit, like, man, that was a closer.
Yeah,
but still not good,
you know?
Still, you get a little braver.
That part.
I want to push the limits, and that I learned that from like a kid, you know, where I would be like, yo, I want to push the limits with things and see how far I can get, you know. Or if they tell me no, they'll tell me yes, you know, and I'm gonna get what I want, and I'm gonna push those limits, and I'm gonna see how far I can take this.
Yeah.
And I carried that into my addiction and certain things that I was doing out there, and yeah, man, there was times where like you're right here, bro. Like you're, a little bit more, you probably wouldn't fucking be here. I remember one time I got found in a car in a parking lot at fucking Walgreens in Diamond Bar, right here. I don't know how this.
How you got
I don't know
there?
who found me. I don't know how I got there. This throughout that madness, right? Those years, I got into a car accident on my way to work. I was clean for like 9 months, right? I was working at a rail yard in LA. I was driving to work and I got rear-ended by a drunk driver. Boom, he rear-ended me. I hit the center divider and I flipped right here on the 10 in Barranca. I think that's like West Covina area or Covina area.
Yeah.
So the car flipped and I hopped out the car. Thank God, once it all stopped, like that right there was another experience. Like everything happened so slow, but so quickly. And I just knew that I had to get out of the car. My adrenaline's running, so I'm able to get out of the car. And I'm not sure what the fuck is going on, but I see the other vehicle behind me and it looked like somebody was slumped over. So I walked over there. Like I wore glasses in too, but I didn't have my glasses on because they were somewhere in my fucking car. So I walked over there kind of blurry eyed. It's the middle of the night. It's like what, 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And the person in that car had taken off. They took off running.
Oh shit.
And so when the cops pulled up, they were like, "Hey, like who's in that car?" They thought I was in it was an Acura that hit me. They're like, "Is this your car?" I was like, "No, that's my car." They're like, "Well, where's he at? Where's this driver at?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. Like, this is my car. How'd you get out of there?" I fucking climbed out of there, bro. And even then, so when that happened, because the car flipped, they took me to the hospital to check for internal bleeding. They give me a prescription, and that kicked off that addiction again. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Now I got a bottle of Vicodins again. Cool. You know what I'm saying? A couple months later, we're fucking strung out on heroin, meth, and mind you, I still have this fucking job at this rail yard.
Mm-hmm.
So now a couple months go
Now
by.
you're making good money too.
At that BNSF rail yard.
That's a really good job.
And I'm getting loaded, bro. I'm getting fucking loaded there. And I remember on my way back one day, I got into an accident there. I dozed off. I nodded out, driving a yard goat, and I hit a chassis, right? I hit a chassis. That was my first warning. I was like, fuck, bro, you gotta get it together. So I go to my car. I get high again. I go back to work on break, and then I hit another truck. Boom. So I'm like, fuck, that was that. Boom. They pulled up. Let's go drug test. And I already knew that I was fucked. I already knew I lost it. So that night, I go take this drug test, knowing I'm gonna lose my job. My bright ideas are like, let's just fucking keep doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're already fucked, so let's just keep getting high.
Mm-hmm.
I drive back.
I would have did. I would have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucked. You don't have to shoot up on the
May as well.
Yeah, man. And
it's just the crazy way we think, dog.
And mind you, right? Like, so because I was clean before this had happened for those little 9 months, I was able to kind of regain a little bit of things, right? Like I had the little job. I bought my first brand new car. It was a 2016 or 17 Toyota Camry. The fucking thing has 7 miles on it, and I was stoked about it. And I had it for fucking a couple weeks before that driver hit me. With the gap insurance, they got me another one. So I was able to go back to work, but then so when all that happened, dude, I'm driving back from work and I'm like, yo, you just lost your job, you're strung out again. Like, what are you gonna fucking do, bro? And I'm in I'm so high out of my mind that I'm driving on the freeway and down, coming up to the 60 and the 57 where it meets, kind of where there's a Walgreens right there and a Smart Final and everything. And I remember like my vision, I'm so high out of my mind, my vision is impaired, and the lanes are crossing, and I'm sitting there like, and I'm thinking of this, like, please don't hit anybody. Please don't wreck or hit anybody. And so I pull over into this parking lot. I get there, and I remember I got out of the car and I went inside the CVS, and in my mind, I tell the worker, hey, like, it's hot out here. I'm tired. I'm just gonna take a little nap in my car, And she's like, okay, honey. She was like, just keep your windows down. So So when I do that, I go back to my car. That's all I really remember, dude. After that, I woke up in a fucking hospital, and I remember fighting. I remember I woke up pretty quickly, and with like hospital staff around me, you know. And I woke up sick. I woke up like not feeling good, and they hit me with that Narcan, right? So, and it brought me back, and that Narcan shit will take you. It takes your highway real quick, you know. And I woke up pissed off, and I was like, "Who did that?" And then I'm going ruffling, I'm like tussling back and forth with these the hospital security, you
staff.
know, yeah, and staff. When they strap me to a bed, they sedate me, and and that time, dude, I remember I was and like, nobody really had known where I was, right? I was there for like 2 days, and the staff was telling me when I came to the next day, like, "Hey, we found you non-responsive, dude. Like, you're lucky you're even fucking alive. Like, did you do this on purpose? Were you trying to kill yourself? Like, our medics found you. They found pills in the car. Like, um, this, that, and the other." And my mom worked for Pomona Valley Hospital at the time, so that's how she found me. She was looking for me at through the jails and stuff like that, and then she just called the hospital, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we have your son's here."
Yeah.
So she went, she showed up, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know?
My boy, you were dead.
Yeah, non-responsive, dude. And so that's the type of shit that I'm thinking about, like the limits that I would take it to,
Yeah,
and
took it.
and then willing to go back to that, bro. Is the insanity of it, you know, over the years of like, well, did you not learn what you just fucking went through? Because when my mom picked me up and they kind of did their little evaluation on it. Okay, you're not 5150, you're not crazy, it was an accident, you know, whatever. Okay, we're gonna discharge him. You're gonna you can take him. Um, my mom was like, "Yo, we're gonna go. Like, where's your car at? You're lucky if your car's still there." We go back. I see my car there. My mom was like, "Well, you're not gonna get your car, and now I'll bring you back tomorrow to get it." So okay, she takes me to her pad, crash out. Um, the next day I go back. She takes me to pick up the car. She's like, "Cool, follow me home, you know, and we'll figure out, we'll get you into a program or something like that." I'm already fucking knowing that I get back to my car,
Looking for your
crack open,
Where's your stash?
I crack open my little stash spot, and I'm right back to it, you know. And yeah, and it's a shit like that, dude. You know, that carried on for fucking years, and until I was able to I was fed up, you know, through the whole pandemic thing. I'm getting sources of income through that whole phase, how everything that worked out.
Oh, the
stimuluses, and I'm
yeah.
blown. I think I ran through like fucking like $57,000 on that shit.
No shit.
Blew it. Drugs, hotels, cars, all kinds of shit, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I knew then too. I was like, bro, you're gonna die. You're gonna end up in jail, bro. Like, you need to slow the fuck down. So towards the end of that, I remember, I had a couple grand left, and I'm at my mom's house, and I'm like, bro, what are you gonna do with this, man? Like, now I'm fucking with fentanyl, and it just things keep progressing. Like, I mean, I have a car. I'm kind of maintaining. I'm staying out of jail, you know. I'm nodding out everywhere though, because I'm just not living the best life, right? And I know where this is headed quickly. I'm like, you know, let me go get let me swing by here in Pomona, in downtown Pomona. There's a little, I went and signed up for some insurance, right? Medical. And I was like, look, dude, if you guys can help me out, this is a rehab that I want to go to, somewhere I'd been before. And I was like, I just need whatever insurance I have where you guys can, like, they'll accept this insurance to where I can go there.
Yeah.
The lady helped me out. She said, okay, cool. I was like, yeah, like, I told her straight up, like, I need some help. Like, I need to get clean. And she helped me out. She set me up. And I remember that when I got that insurance, she said, you'll get your card and you'll this, that, and the other in a couple of days. I remember I was telling my mom, or thinking to myself, when I was going to ask my mom if I could just stay there. I was like, well, all you got to do is stay out of trouble, you know, like, or stay home, stay somewhere where you're not going to fucking end up found dead, and make it to this fucking program, you know? And yeah, I stayed at my mom's until that day. My sister took me. And I remember even that day too, I told my sister, like, check it out, take this box, don't look at it, just throw it away, you know. And that was day one, you know. It was like the biggest, hardest decision I had to make, you know. But I was
Throwing away the stash box.
I know. I
Yeah.
would have, and I have
No.
until it's all gone. You
And be-
know what
and-
I mean?
and
Like,
believe me,
until,
yeah.
oh,
Fuck yeah, there was
man,
plenty
like,
of times where I'd go to rehab with drugs, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get high in the restroom. I'm gonna turn this into you guys, and they're like, what the fuck did you get this from? I'm like, oh, this is mine, you know, but it's yours now.
Damn. Well, you know, that proud of you though. That is definitely the hardest decision. Yeah, like the biggest decision, because handing that over and being like, okay, enough's enough.
Yeah,
You
and
got tired. You got tired though.
Tired.
You just
Yeah.
got tired.
burned out,
Yeah.
dude. Burned out, and I think like as addicts, like a person has to go through that, you know, or they really have to want it for themselves. You know, you can't do it for anybody.
I think it's just you just get tired of it. You get tired of that
Yeah.
shit, bro. Like for you to give up, because you know, like to throw away shit or give it away like that, you're at a point, you know, and you're either gonna stop right there, or it's just one of your, you know, one of the tries, one of the day ones, if I'm saying that right. Like
The one day or the day one?
one of the one days, you know, like if I'm saying that right. Like there's been so many times where I've thrown shit away and I've told myself like, okay, that's it, you know, but I end up for some reason, some trigger, you know, later on. But it was just me and my mind getting tired of it. Like,
I think I've heard that before.
Oh,
like,
you're saying like this is
it,
the start of like just the beginning of the end.
I heard something like
because
that.
there was you know, like I felt like that was me trying to stop, you know, and something, you know, like something as small as a fucking beer would trigger me to fucking go get another sack, you know, because they go together. To me, they went together.
But I think that this is kind of like you said, every addict goes through, but at the same time, this is also every fitness person's same thing that we go through, because like as you're explaining it right now, like just okay, this is the wanting to stop, trying to stop, going back, trying again, going back, trying, you know what I mean? But this is like with anybody's like weight loss journey, they kind of go through the same struggles, right? Like they try, okay, and then they give up, they go back, and then they try again, and they go back until finally it gets to a point where they get tired of it, and then it just sticks.
Like, am I going to make this day one, or am I going to keep saying someday? You know, like it's kind of how I felt like it was. Like, are we going to keep fucking lying to myself, or am I going to really fucking try to stick this out?
I think it's to make a big move like that. That was like you in your head, like, you know, that was powerful to you, like giving away that stash box.
But it was your opportunity too, right? Like the getting the Medi-Cal and then them actually paying for the rehab.
Knowing, and because of all the chaos before, like I knew there was an outlet. I knew there was a way, you know. I just needed to build up that courage to take that fucking step, you know, and do something and want to help myself, you know.
That box was it.
And that was it, bro. Like, I was like, oh.
I know. I visualized that whole box right now too. Like,
and I feel so bad about it because my sister's like not anything like that. She's like, you were in my car with these drugs, you know? Like, she's so like, such a good person and a good soul that I'm like, look, sis, my bad. I'm sorry. I love you. Just dump this. And the first dumpster you see, like, do not open it. And even then, so then I check into that detox, boom, I'm there. And because the withdrawals, right, I already know what's coming. You have to be off of opiates for at least 24 hours before they give you any kind of assistance, right? Like even like people, even with the alcohol thing, right? Like if your alcohol levels are so high, like there's a certain process you got to go through. Like you can't really just fucking stop. Like they're gonna have to give you some sort of assistance, or you might even have the detox in a hospital before you come off of alcohol.
Supervised too at all times. Like,
I think you had
your vitals.
She was saying something about one of her clients that she could die,
if it's just like this and you're not medically supervised.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they're gonna give you medication because you have so much in you. Like
Mhm.
that's why I kind of trip out when people are like, "Oh, you just gotta put the alcohol down." Like, bro, you don't know what
Yeah.
people's habits are like, bro. Like that's kind of dangerous, dude.
Yeah, with meth, no big deal.
Yeah.
But
Take a nap, bro.
Right.
Take a nap, you know?
See you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if people out here with some serious habits, like it's not that easy, you know? And so when I went
That is
to
a good point, bro.
100%, bro. Like
Shit.
it's not, and I've seen so many alcoholics go through it. So I get there and I lie to the detox the next morning. I'm like, yo, yeah, it's been 24 hours since my last shot. I'm ready for my Suboxone. It was only like 12 hours. I took my Suboxone too early and went into that whole precipitated withdrawal thing. I never felt like that in my life. And I was plastered right there on this fucking porch trying to smoke my Newport cigarette. And I felt so crazy, but it was right then one of the ladies came up, the workers, and she was like, "Hey, I'm glad you made it back." She was like, "You're gonna be okay." She was like, hang in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be all right. And I just played that shit in my mind over and over again. Like, hey, tomorrow you'll feel better, bro. Tomorrow you'll feel better. Stick this out. Tomorrow you'll feel better. And yeah, over time, that's just kind of how it went. Like we just started to feel a little bit better as things went on, and we were able to kind of to kick it, you know, when we got through that little phase, did that rehab, um, did what they suggested to me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to run my own program,
You actually humbled yourself and listened.
Yeah, some people who I respected their opinions and their lifestyle was like, you know what, man, if they're suggesting this, let me try it.
Yeah.
Went to sober living, did that, and still with the mindset I want to run my own program, but not too much. So yeah, I just checked into the sober living, and I'm like, you know what, bro, let's just do something different, you know. And it was right then when we stuck it out. We started to practice a little bit of patience, you know. Met some cool dudes right there where things started to change, you know, where I was like, you know what, man?
Smile is coming back on your face.
Yeah.
It went a different route.
The weight comes back, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where we blew up, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for me as an addict, like, okay, I put down the drugs and I want to eat, you know? Like, all the days I wasn't eating, I was eating candy and $5 pizzas. Like, I want to grub.
EBT, food addiction.
EBT cards loaded, bro. Like,
yeah.
Let's go, dude. You know, I got a pantry shelf and one shelf in the fridge. Like, I'll pack this motherfucker up with processed food, you know? And that's how it was right there. And I blew up quick, you know? And then that's really when I got into this whole fitness thing right there, where I was like, you know what, man, we got clean. We're off of drugs to live a healthier lifestyle, but I'm eating like shit now. So, like, am I really living a healthier lifestyle?
What prompted that, though?
What am I doing?
Other than, was it just the way you looked in the mirror? You looked at yourself and you're like, wait a minute, I don't look as fit as I used to look.
I don't.
Or what?
You know what's crazy about that, though, is that even looking in the mirror, you're kind of like your old self. Like, I would see like my younger self thinking that I might have still been a younger version of me, but I'm fucking blown out, you know? Like, it's weird, but a couple of the dudes there worked out and they were super fit and jacked. And so that kind of motivated me in the beginning. Cool, let's just go to the gym, bro. We'll go. And then I ended up following Guerrero, you know?
Yeah.
I came across his page and followed him for a little bit. And I'm forever thankful for that man right there in his program, because that meal plan, that whole is what helped me create structure in my life, you know, aside from just being clean and overeating or anything like that. Like, it really taught me, like, yo, if I can stick to this meal plan, build my meals and eat them in a structured manner, a workout, you know, I can apply this in other areas of my life. We can maybe get some things going, you know, rebuild the credit, you know what I'm saying? Get the cars back, get the jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like, save up some money, you know what I'm saying? To fucking get to where I want to be, start to move forward. And that's what we did, you know? It's, I hit him up one day. I was like, hey, man, like, what's going on? Had the conversation with him, signed up, and started working at it. You know, at first
Yeah.
I was in disbelief. I didn't think that shit was really for me. I was like, bro, I don't think this is gonna work. You know, I really didn't. And then I was like, bro, you just paid this much money for it. Like, you don't have money like that to blow, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Wait, but like, okay, but what was the thought process other than, well, you know, I think I'm gonna follow this plan or whatever. But what was the thought process getting into it though? Like, let's just say maybe people who are watching can relate to the same thought process as far as like, well, this is what I want to get out of it, or this is what I saw, this is what I want to get out of it, and you know, this is all I got to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people will look at it and be like, no, I'm not counting no calories, you know, or they get into it like, oh, I just want a six pack, or like, I just want to, I don't know, like, what,
I think I was already working, and I was already had. I'm not even too sure what the fuck I was thinking.
or was
Really,
it just like, oh, this dude looks cool, the people that his the group of people that, you know, you that like kind of wanted to, was it the community that attracted
it was more like,
you?
okay, this dude had been through like maybe a certain type of lifestyle, or like a
You
not
wanted what he
lifestyle,
had, or what
like I just seen what he had done physically, you
uh-huh,
know, and the people that he was helping.
okay,
And I was like, you know, man, like maybe this dude can help me drop a couple pounds, you know, not even really focused on the whole mindset and anything
mm-hmm,
like that. I just knew I needed something more to occupy my time. And I was like, my body, like his frame kind of looked similar to mine. So I was like, if he could do it, like, well, maybe I could try it, you know? And that's just
okay,
really where it started.
yeah,
Like like let's check this out and see what this is about, you know?
okay,
Um,
That was me. Me was to keep busy, to keep my mind off the
uh,
drugs.
and so we signed up for it, and then we just started making it happen, man. Like I said, I was in disbelief the first couple of weeks, not really giving it my all. And then I was like, bro, you made this investment for yourself. Like, don't fucking waste it, you know?
yeah, yeah,
And like I said, at that time, I was just living at the sober living as a resident. As time went on, I started to lose. I ended up becoming the assistant manager there, and then the manager there. So I'm managing this pad with 19 dudes, and really focused in on like, on like the meal prep thing, the structure, right, that comes with it. Like, and now I have to lead by example, because I got to be a good example for these dudes, because I'm head of house right there. So like I can't, like I got to be on my shit.
Yeah,
you know,
you got a responsibility.
absolutely. You know, I'm doing check-ins with the new people, making sure they're clean. I'm doing bed checks, making sure people are there. You know, like,
Elias with this clipboard,
and I'm tripping out, right? Because and like from yeah, you know what I was just, I gotta write people up. Now I gotta hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Did you do your chore today? No.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I can check these cameras, you know, you're gonna try to lie to me.
Don't make me blow this whistle.
I got a flashlight too, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll fuck you.
yeah, I'll shut this
clear
whole
out
shit
all
down.
this
Yeah, bro. Crazy shit. Matter of fact,
So-
pee in this cup too. You know what I'm saying? While we're at it, you know, it's but it's crazy how life changes like that. You
What
know
a
what I'm saying?
180, yeah.
Where if you just give yourself a little bit of a fucking chance, you know,
I like
there's
that.
somebody else who has, like those women who own that house, Devana and Daniela, their husband Reed. Like, I'm forever thankful for them too, man, because they gave me a chance. They gave me a safe place to go get clean and help me rebuild my life. You know, like,
God bless them.
that gave me a fucking chance, and so many other men,
Put that
dude.
belief in you.
Yeah, so many other men that like have been through that house, like that have done the same thing, man. Rebuilt themselves and their lives and flipped the script on, you know, like to overcome their addiction, you know. And that's ultimately where my bad for it took so long to fucking get to this point of the story, you know what I'm saying? But
no, it's
that's
what we wanted to hear.
That's what
Like,
we wanted to
yeah.
hear. That's what.
that's
Yeah, no, shoot, yeah,
that
please,
right there, dude,
by all means.
is what I'm forever fucking grateful for. Like, and like I said, I'm super thankful for that house and those people. Like, the time that I moved into that, I feel like it was all like the perfect timing. Like today's timing with the whole taco and all that shit, it was kind of off. I feel like that timing right there was super on point. Like, the people who were in that house while I was there, throughout the time I was there, that
God's
made
plan,
that
dog.
made that stay
God's
there
plan.
cool. And the people I met there, it fucking helped me. And
Yeah.
it benefited me in a real way, and I hope it benefited them too. For that, like, I'm glad we crossed paths at that
Yeah.
time. You know.
So how long were you managing over there?
I was there for 3 years. It was like towards the end of it, so it was like almost close to 2 years, you know, from assistant manager and then manager.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
like,
good for
okay,
you.
but what for after 3 years, what made you? Because like you could have stayed there
I could have, yeah.
however long, right?
Mhm.
Until you got married, just found somebody and got married or something like that. You know? But you know, like, was it because you were just there? You were stacking your chips, you know,
Yeah,
until
I
you
was,
like you had set plans to like, you know, this
with-
is only until I could, you know, get my own pad.
Well, that was the goal, right? I was like, cool, like, let me just save up until I can get something on my own, you know. But it was more at the same time, like, I need to be comfortable with myself, and like, can I go live on my own without having that temptation, you know? And I just felt like, you know what, man, like I came across an opportunity where I was able to get a little place of my own, and I was like, fuck it, bro, like let's do it, you know, like let's
You called it.
I
You
think
thought you knew
think
you
we're
were
good,
ready.
you know, kind of just pray on it, and
Yeah.
like, if it feels right, let's try it, you know, because I could have stayed there, you know, I
Mhm.
could have still been there, but yeah, I ran with it, and that was like the ultimate test too, you know, where I was like, yo,
By
nobody's
myself.
here now, you know, like I can really
Yep.
go get a beer now.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
Yep.
fucking know.
Yep.
But that right there is knowing that and thinking that and choosing not to go that route is like one of the dopest fucking feelings ever, dude. Like, and I kind of wish, I'm grateful, I'm glad I get to feel that.
Man.
And I kind of wish that other people like would give themselves a chance too, because I know a lot of people who don't
You
give themselves
you
that
really
chance.
know
Right.
and feel how powerful that feeling is, because you've been stuck, you know, going to that the other, you know, that other feeling, like
Repeating
I
that
mean,
fucking cycle, yeah.
that was overpowering.
No,
And yeah, depending on, you know, the person, like you said, with the whole alcohol thing, and
no.
you know, telling people, you know, not to just stop because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know you know, how deep they're in it, or you know how overpowering that feeling was, dude. And to tell yourself no, and yeah, that's a great feeling.
And I mean,
there. It's a superpower right there.
I don't ever forget the people that I've met through these programs, all these rehabs that I've been to, you know, the people that I've known that aren't here anymore because they went back, you know, they relapsed,
Yeah.
they didn't make it back
Yeah.
from alcohol, drugs, overdoses, and everything, bro. Like, I was, even at that last sober living, there was a couple people, like, they go out, you build a relationship with them, you're living with them, you know, like you get comfortable.
Yeah, they
You
become
know,
family.
you know their habits, and then they slip up, and you're like, hey, bro, like, just be cool, man. Hang in there. Go get clean. You can come back, whatever. And they don't make it back, and it's fucking, it's real, you know. So
Yeah.
I was, that was on my mind, like, bro, I don't want to repeat that, dude. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. 5 years later, we got a little bit over 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We dropped 75 pounds. You know,
Hey,
we get to put a little message out and kind of
That's
help
right.
other people. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right. Yep. And so you done it. Now you're like, okay, I'm a coach and I'm gonna help other people now.
Yeah, man. You know, and it's a good feeling, you know, to hopefully kind of let some people know that, like, yo, like, it doesn't really matter how far you think you're gone, you can make it back. You know what I'm saying?
You heard
Absolutely.
it here. I mean, shit.
Like,
dude.
Yep.
My boy was in it 10 years, more than that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but like the what was it? You said the last ride was what, 9 years?
and it's more than just like the physical, like, it's the icing on the cake, bro. Like, 100%. It's the way that I interact with
Yeah.
people, you know,
Yeah.
the way I choose, like, to not do certain things, to repeat old behaviors, like, to rebuild,
I
like,
think
the relationships in my life with family, you know, or set the boundaries that I have with certain family members that I know affect me in a certain way, to where I have to do what's right for me today, and
Yeah.
that keeps me cool, and I can hope just hope and pray that you find your way, and that but I just got to do me, you know,
All respect.
and put me first.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I think that for me it was growing up. I always thought discipline was a punishment, being disciplined. But now, like, it's crazy on the other side. Now it's like discipline is such like it's a good feeling, like you're saying, like you even know just to be able to like count on yourself to do things, do the right things. And, you know, like, okay, now I'm in my own place. Now I make my own decisions and I got nobody else to keep me accountable but myself.
Mhm.
That's where your discipline comes into play. Or I'm going to show up to the gym even when I don't feel like it.
How discipline
And
gives you that
that's-
sense of freedom, you know?
Yeah, it is
Pretty much.
freedom.
And I used to
not
think in my
punishment.
addiction that that's what I was addicted to, that sense of freedom that came from addiction, when it would just created nothing but fucking chaos. And
Mhm.
like I was stuck in like my own prison type of thing, you know? We're really practicing some discipline. It's
Yeah.
so much fucking better, dude.
You make your own prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comfortable with it, you know? Crazy.
Yeah. So given all of what you told us today, what is the one message that you would give the viewers? Like, what would you like for them to leave with? Not about your past, but
That to anybody going through it, man, struggling, like it doesn't matter how far you think you are gone, like you can make it back. And to anybody who's younger, like the younger generation, hopefully that like, man, what I say, it's like you don't have to go down these certain roads that we've gone through, you know, whether it's your story, my story, anybody, you know, like somebody, other people's stories, you know, you don't have to go down that road, man. Like you can really learn from somebody else's experience. And hopefully you get a little something from my experience, man, to where you can understand that if you are younger, like the younger generation, right, now would be your time. Those nieces, those little cousins that I was talking about earlier in my story, for anybody in their age group, right, like 18, 17, now would be the time for you to build a little bit of structure in your life, you know, build some daily habits that are going to help build you, because this time of your life as you transition into this, you know, being a young adult, it's super crucial, man, like for you to build, like you guys, we all know how important it is to have structure, man. And if you feel like you're growing up in a broken home with a single mom and there's no really structure, she's at work, you're kind of playing video games all day, doing whatever you want, living life, I would definitely do yourself the favor, you know, and build some structure, you know, build a plan. It's something's going to keep you positive and productive, you know, and for yourself, to give yourself that opportunity 100%. But most definitely, man, just to anybody out there struggling, like if you really give yourself a chance to do better, like do it for yourself instead of doing it to yourself. Because
it's a good one.
Because it's definitely worth it, man. But it takes some effort, 100%.
Yeah,
definitely. And don't, like you said, you're young right now, 18, 20, 21 years old. Start implementing that structure, because if you don't, you're just kind of like freestyling it and just doing whatever you want. Next thing you know, you're in your 25, 30, 35 years old. It's going to be so hard for you to get out of that.
Time flies.
That's the mistake I think a lot of people make, is that they think that they have so much time.
No, that habit just gets embedded, and it's way more, it's just so difficult to pull out, you know. You're gonna have a really hard time fighting those old patterns, those old ways.
And I would say too, like if you're young, be different, be you. You know what I'm saying? Like don't give in to the temptation or the peer pressure. Like do something different. Yeah, do what you want to do for you, and like say no. You know what I'm saying? Like
and you know what, you're right though.
Don't give into that shit.
Youngsters do. I struggled with this when I was younger. The boundaries. Like I was always just sure, yeah, wanna, okay. Like just there was no boundary whatsoever. I was down for anything at any time for anyone. Like,
but that was the motto. That's what the old our
I mean,
peers would,
yeah,
you know what
but
I mean?
but it's just like, what about me? So you guys got to really put yourself first. That's
Absolutely.
100. Put yourself first and foremost.
Yeah, you set the boundary. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for chopping it up
Thank
with
you
us.
guys. Appreciate it. My bad if it was
That was
all over
great.
the place. Too.
No, that was perfect.
Yeah,
That's why
no,
we do
it
this,
was-
bro.
I'm saying I was trying not to get too much into the mess, and it was.
No, that's what we want. Dog, we want the
They need
mess.
to hear the raw
They
and the
want the
real.
mess.
Yeah, because this is reality. This is what you went through, and this is exactly what needs to be heard for people to not fall into that same trap.
No.
Hearing it, and either hopefully it scares the bejesus out of them, that they're just like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to fuck with that. Like, I don't
to
want
be completely honest, like the shit it gets worse, and it never gets any fucking better, dude. The fucking relapse and shit like that.
Yeah,
like if you choose to go back, it always gets worse.
Oh
dude.
my god, I was thinking the same thing. Every time I relapsed, it was like 10 times worse every time.
I
would get clean.
Yeah.
So as soon as I relapsed, the spirals just spiraled faster, downward faster. Like, it's crazy every time.
No.
Yeah.
And the way you can romanticize it to thinking that, like, remembering the good times first, but you have to remember those bad times, bro, and not forget what it was like when you were fucking at that bottom. And that right there is that's what keeps me like, yo, I don't want to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go this way, dude. Like, I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Amen. Yes.
Right on,
congratulations.
hey, thank you.
No, thank you
You
guys,
got
man.
5 years clean now?
Yeah.
That's right.
Clean like a motherfucker.
Heck yeah. Let's go. Sober squad.
Shit,
yeah, man.
Stay on it, man.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Right.
Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and you know what to do.
That concludes the big Threat episode.
What?
Right?
Always not for the home.
Yeah.
Like, for the homies that aren't here, I'm not even a homie.
Yeah.
I'm not even all like that,
This is,
I'm a resident. I'm a resident. You know what I'm saying?
episode 13, man.
Let's go.